Chair of the Democratic Party, Basha, was questioned for about 55 minutes by Tirana's prosecution office over accusations of false declaration and defamation. Basha determined this summons a desperate act from a criminal regime. The Democratic Party, through DP MP and Alibeaj, has stated that the majority's behaviour towards the proposal for vetting in politics is a theatre of hypocrisy and called on civil society members not to be used by the regime. During a visit to the Albanian Soil Works Fair, the new EU ambassador to Albania, Luigi Soreka, announced that Albania will soon receive a fund of 90 million euros for providing subsidies to farmers. Good evening, it's 6 o'clock on Friday, the 12th of October 2018. Welcome to the English edition of Aura News. My name is Alexandra and I'm here to bring you the day's top stories from across the country, translated into English. The presence of the opposition chair in the prosecution, the beginning of the criminal regime ending, declared the head of the Democratic Party after leaving the prosecution office today. Basha, obeying the prosecution's request, appeared at Tirana's prosecution office to testify after the denunciation by the head of the Socialist Party's parliamentary group, Bala. Basha was accused by Bala of false denunciation and defamation in regards to issues surrounding the Gisiela case. 2 opposition MPs have been summoned to the prosecution. Saliani, because he has been denounced by a convicted drug trafficker, and I stand accused by a bandit politician linked to crime. When corrupt and incriminated regimes are nearing the end, the last phase is the use of the state with the desperate hope of overthrowing the voice of the opposition and extinguishing their incriminated powers, said Basha. Basha said that he and the opposition are not afraid of what he calls Edi Rama's private state machines. The DP, I and the Albanians are determined to remove crime from politics. We are neither afraid nor blackmailed by Edi Rama's political machines, but are determined to dismantle crime from politics, said Basha. From the entrance of the prosecution office, Basha said that the opposition is determined to continue the battle for dismantling what it calls a mafia dictatorship. For the 3rd time in a few months, Democratic Party MP Ervin Saliani was submitted to the Serious Crimes Prosecution Office, where he provided explanations regarding the 2 videos of the Babalja file. But unlike the first 2 witnesses, Saliani was questioned this time as a person under investigation for a fake criminal charge. He entered at the prosecutor's office at 9:30 a.m. and left at around 11:45. After leaving the prosecution, the Democratic MP expressed the hope that the investigation would change while providing further evidence of the investigation. Agron Jafai, a criminal victim, did not appear as a person in the investigation, but as a person who accused us. The investigation flow has now changed. I have also given other evidence that Talon Bala from Alibeaj and Ardi Veliu from Delvina provided a good package for the witness, said Ervin Saliani. Asked which of the Alizoti verdicts he believed, Ervin Saliani gave his answer. I believe in God. Edi Rama believes in Alizoti, said Ervin Saliani. During the interrogation of the 2 prosecutors, Gent Osmani and Perparim Kuluri, it has been learned that the Democratic Party has proved that the 2nd video was given by the former head of the municipal police, Florence Hoxha. It was also determined that Hoxha has no more material other than that which was transmitted. It is now expected that the Serious Crimes Prosecution will bring about proceedings for Florence Hoxha and Freddy Alizoti. The Democratic Party continues to insist that vetting of politicians is the only solution that will clean the state of incriminated MPs, despite prejudices about the Socialist Party's attitude towards their initiative. At a hearing with civil society representatives at the Legislative Council meeting, the Democratic Party MP and Alibeaj has labelled their behaviour as a theatre of hypocrisy. He went on to call on civil society not to be used by the government, even thanking those who did not accept such an invitation. This is a hypocrisy theatre that is being developed by the Laws Commission and the Council of Legislation with the single purpose of closing the public's eyes. The end of this procedure, which has become inadequate and a facade of residence that these gentlemen do not want to express publicly, the total denial of this very urgent request by the Albanian public is simply to gain time by performing theatre. The consideration that I have with the greatest respect for you 5 civil society representatives is to not allow yourself to be used used as a facade for the purpose of denying vetting in politics. It would be the worst service available to the public. You have created your own name, your own experience with your own contribution without any price, without any kind of corruption with politics. You have never been summoned to the most delicate issues that this Parliament and this building have historically discussed. Yet they called you today for an issue that has already received a verdict. Do not accept it. Today they are planning the next hypocritical theatre, possibly consulting with civil society, said Alibeaj. Also influenced by the DP-SP involvement in the Babale audio tapping investigation, Alibeaj did not leave without charging the number 2 of the Socialist Party. Talent Bala makes a cameo in all the criminal episodes of the past few months, said Alibeaj. Despite their presence, some of the civil society members appealed to the MPs not to include them in their political conflicts. Some of the representatives who did not attend but were contacted by Aura News expressed that they do not want to be part of this completely political process, while others said they did not manage to see the Assembly's invitation in time. After his speech, DP MP Alibeaj left the council meeting, not hearing those who took their turns after. MPs of the Socialist Party considered his behaviour a violation of the Code of Ethics